Some stories don't scare you right away. They trigger something deeper, a nervous synapse firing before you understand why. Welcome to Nervous Synapses. Join me today as I regale you with a story that actually happened to me. Having been born in a highly religious, albeit superstitious country, I grew up being told stories of paranormal as well as mythical creatures. The Philippines, just like many old and traditional countries in Asia, overflows with many myths and legends about creatures that shouldn't exist. One such creature is called a duende. Duendes are the Filipino version of gnomes, and many are depicted as old bearded men with pointy noses who live in soil mounds or under old trees. There are also female counterparts of these beings. They are often small, childlike in size, and all are invisible to most people. They can be either benevolent or malevolent, and you never know which one you will encounter. As children, we were taught to say tabi-tabi po or makikiraan po when passing by a soil mound, under the shade of an old tree, by a banana tree, or anywhere creatures might make their home. The phrases loosely mean, "Excuse me please, I'd like to pass by." The idea is that saying this phrase will let them know you're passing by so they can move away and avoid being accidentally stepped on or even insulted in any way. We were told that if you accidentally anger a duende, they can put a curse on you or cause some kind of illness that can't be cured by modern medicine. In such a case, a medium can tell you what to do by speaking to the entity and finding out what they desire as compensation for angering them. Most of the time, offerings of food are required to pacify the creatures. Now that we have a quick background, let's go back to my personal experience. As a child, I was quite robust. Anyone who saw me would think that I ate a lot. However, it was quite the opposite, as I did not like to eat at all, as weird as that may sound. I mean, what kind of child doesn't like to eat, right? But I hated eating and would typically take hours to finish my meals. My mom would go as far as to entice me with my favorite foods, such as the sweet ripe mangoes of the Philippines and some buttered rice, but even those would take me forever to finish. Despite my dislike for food, I remained healthy and could even be called chunky. It didn't make sense, but no one really thought much of it since I was actually healthy. I mean, who questions that, right? My dad had an aunt who was a practicing medium. She would visit us every so often, and one day when she was visiting, she noticed that I was in my grandparents' bedroom talking to someone. Being sensitive to otherworldly beings, she knew that I was not just talking to myself. She reached out to whoever or whatever it was I was talking to and was able to find out that I had inadvertently made friends with 6 gnomes, or in Tagalog, duendes. In Filipino mythology, there are 3 different kinds of duende. The white ones are considered good and may even help you out. The red ones can be mischievous and may play pranks on people, such as hiding things they're looking for. And then there are the black ones, the bad ones, that can put curses on people, especially if you happen to cross them. Fortunately, my little friends ended up being the white type. They became enamored by my presence and took me in as their friend. There were 6 of them altogether, both males and females. From memory, 2 of them were named Miguel and Michael. I believe there was also an Imelda. I don't remember what the others' names were. As a child, I loved playing with my grandma's makeup at her vanity. That's where I supposedly talked to them the most. I suppose they were amused by me playing with makeup. According to my dad's aunt, they took care of me and fed me. I don't know what they fed me and I have no memory of it, but if that was true, that would explain why I never lost weight and actually became chunky despite not liking to eat. Even though they had no bad intentions towards me, my mom became worried and attempted to extricate me from them, and forbade me from talking to them or playing with them. Now, I know I did say that white gnomes are considered good, and mostly mean no harm, but they can still become upset with humans. And this is exactly what happened when my mom tried to pull me away from them. What happened shortly after she did that was that her lips became very swollen, seemingly out of nowhere. At first, she thought she was just allergic to something since she does have pretty sensitive lips. She waited for it to go down a bit, but after a day or so, it was not improving at all. She ended up seeing a couple of different doctors who couldn't find anything wrong with her or the tests that they ran. She tried different medications and nothing helped. I still have pictures of her with her lips obviously quite swollen and red. When my dad's aunt came back to visit, she asked my mom what happened. My mom told her she doesn't know why her lips became swollen, and nobody could figure it out either. When she asked my mom when it began, she found out it was soon after her last visit and finding out about the duende. My dad's aunt asked her if she had done something that might have angered them, and my mom told her she just told me not to play with or talk to the duende anymore. My great aunt then reached out to the duende, and they told her that they were upset that my mom had tried to take me away from them. My great aunt then told my mom she needed to let me go back to playing with them, and as a way of an apology, she needed to put offerings of food or candy out for them until they were no longer upset. I remember my mom putting paper plates of snacks with candies out in the yard behind the house. The snacks would disappear soon after when we'd go back to check on the plate. They always just left the plate behind. My mom's lips healed after a couple of days without the help of any medications. I don't remember how much longer I played with the duende after that. In fact, I don't really remember how we played, what they fed me, or our conversations. I guess as I grew up, my brain chose to forget those details, locking them up as a child's imaginings. I just remembered the 3 names, and I still have photo evidence of my mom's swollen lips. She couldn't even smile in the photos because of how swollen they were. I know many people, especially those who didn't grow up in superstitious or traditional countries, would consider this as being similar to imaginary friends, like many children have. Even mediums aren't really considered credible, especially nowadays. However, many older countries, especially in Asia, still stand by many superstitions and myths. Even if they aren't real or true, they still make for interesting stories, don't you think? So, what do you guys think? Do you think I actually encountered some gnomes that took a liking to me? Let me know in the comments below what country you're from and what kind of superstitions really stuck with you. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future stories. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next one.